Don't you just love it when a game makes itself stand out by adopting a different graphical style than anything else you've seen for a good while? Hi guys, it's True here, bringing you another True review. This one, as I say, is Jetamero, Hero of the Universe. That's a great title for a game, and a great looking game from the onset. It's priced at a bizarrely £10.39 in the UK and $12.99 in the US, I believe it is. Now, instantly this game drew me in by its premise. The description of the game makes it sound amazing. I'll read some of it out to you. You play as Jetamero, a giant indestructible and incredibly clumsy robot determined to save the human race. Explore the procedurally generated universe by flying through space, landing on planets while trying not to destroy everything in your path. Relax as you blast through the cosmos on a hero's uncertain quest. Will you ever save the humans? Now, key features, it says it offers you unlock a backstory to learn the origin of Jetamero. Drift from planet to planet while enjoying the original mesmerizing down-tempo sci-fi soundtrack. The soundtrack is amazing actually in this game, it's really, really good. Discover the secrets and collect new parts and dress up your hero. Frame and capture the universe in photo mode using stylized filters in the game's vibrant comic-like world. That makes the game sound really exciting, travelling around the universe in the comic book style. The graphics, if I was marking this game on graphics alone, this would get one of the highest marks because I love comic books, and the style of this game is fantastic. It's so unique and it's so well done. It is literally like playing a comic book. But then we get to the gameplay. Now the gameplay makes it sound, the concept is sound, the concept makes it sound very, very interesting and very, very fun to play. But in reality, there's no game here. It's dull, it's boring. You literally land on a spherical planet, which is all nice, it looks great, it looks fantastic. You stomp around the planet. No danger of dying. You can't die in this game, you can't lose. Look for red beacons, which will in turn give you the parts that it mentioned in the description there. They're basically cosmetic, they just let you tailor the robot and make it look a bit different. There's heads, torso, arms and leg parts. Purely cosmetic, don't do absolutely anything other than they're attached to an achievement for collecting them all. There's no real problem getting them all because there's more available than you actually need, and even if you clear the game you can still fly back and just continue to explore planets, unlocking any ones that you still require. Now that's pretty much what you do on the majority of the planets. You just stomp around looking for these cosmetic items. Now every now and then on one system of the planet there is a giant creature, and kind of like Godzilla versus Mothra fight kind of ensues. But this fight is done by QTEs. You have to hammer out a few quick inputs, and then there's a jamming button game where you have to rapidly press the button as fast as you can to actually inflict damage. It normally takes 2 cycles of this to actually defeat an opponent. When you beat the opponent you get a comic book, which is locked by a cipher system, and this is probably the best part of the game if I'm honest with you, but again you can't really constitute it as true gameplay because it's so very simple. You've literally got a jumbled up sequence of words, and you have dials that you turn at the bottom which changes the letters all over the place, and you have to turn the dial to the correct settings. Now it starts off pretty simple when you've only got the one dial, but when you progress to the later ones, when you've got about 5 dials, it can be very complicated. I mean obviously if you use a solution it's going to be a piece of cake, but this was the best part of the game for me. You actually got to figure something out, and actually engage your brain with it. That's what and then I thought, well, surely there's more to it than this, but there's not. You go through the game's 8-9 systems, and then you do a little bit of extra and kind of like a post-game kind of thing, but it's the same thing. Go to the system, land on planets, stomp around collecting the red things, nothing can kill you, find the planet with the big creature, do 2 QTE events, fly to the next system, rinse repeat 9 times or 8 times, whatever it is, and that's it. There's nothing to it. It's so dull and boring. It's just there's no game. There's no game outside the cipher solving game. There's no discernible entertaining gameplay here. It's just, I just don't get it. I just think, where's the gameplay gone? The artistic style is fantastic. The music is fantastic. If we're just marking this game on aesthetics alone, it's brilliant. It's one of the best of the year. But if we're marking it on the actual gameplay, it's probably one of the worst of the year. And I hate saying this because the concept is brilliant. The art style and the sound production is brilliant. And I keep saying this, there's no game. There's just no game. It's boring. It's boring. There's no threat. There's no challenge. There's not enough here. You can't even compare it to like a walking simulator, because that has more on offer than this. There's just nothing here. Collecting collectibles, which, unless you're interested in achievements, have no discernible value or add any context to the game whatsoever. You could literally fly if you knew it. Obviously, it's procedurally generated, but if you looked out and landed on the planet, the first planet every time you landed on was the creature. You find the creature, kill it. You could literally clear this game in as little as half an hour. It's that small. Oh, there is one aspect of gameplay to it. Actually, I forgot to mention. When you're flying in between planets, there's these little yellow nodules that you can go into. When you actually fly through them, some rings appear. And you have to fly through 10 rings to actually complete that little mini game, which unlocks a secret system where you can change the colour of your robot. Also, there's an achievement attached to that as well. But again, that's purely optional, and it's an extremely frustrating experience as well, because the speed your robot goes at, the rings are way too close to one another. I don't think I've ever been more disappointed over this past year or so in a game, really, because as soon as I saw this, I thought, this is fantastic, I'm definitely going to buy this game. But there's just nothing here. It's an empty shell of empty shell of a game that looks amazing. I'm just dumbfounded, really. I don't get it. The piece of art is great, but as a game, it's just so poor. And I know I'm repeating myself, but you can tell from my voice, I'm just so disappointed in this game. I'm just thinking what to actually award this. I mean, it's just not even worth it in a deep sale, to be honest with you. I mean, it's easy achievements, providing the game gives you the damn random generated events that you have to do, which I'm still waiting to get one. Thank you, game, for that. But I can't even recommend it on. I can't even recommend it on a deep sale, to be honest with you, because it's just the game's based in space, and as for spaces, there's a vacuum of gameplay in this game. And that's the best way I can describe it. So reluctantly and regrettably, based on what I thought this game was going to be, I'm going to have to give this an avoid, I'm afraid. So I hope you enjoyed that review, guys. Please remember to hit the subscribe button at the end of the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.